Oh, right. It is May 26th now, Tuesday, 2020. This is L. Jermaine Russell, and I had a request to look over some of these weed stocks. I had a couple of friends that when I suggested, hey, can I, what stocks are you looking at? I would like to analyze what you are looking at. They said, yeah, can you take a look at a couple of weed stocks for us? So that's what I did. And even though CNNF is not a weed stock, it is a biotech company that I am holding on for the upcoming trading day, which is later today when the market's open. I am looking at some weed stocks now because before I was not really interested, but recently there has been some news circulating that has been giving weed stocks some type of positive movement. So I like to analyze that, right? So we'll start first with CRON. And CRON is one of those companies, like once again, like most, um, that the float is so big, right? I have 182 million in floats, and that was on Finviz and on Yahoo. But on my Thinkorswim platform, it says 348 million. The short float is 23%, so like 23% of that float can be shorted or brought. The price could be brought down because the float size is so big with people who would love to bet against it, right? But I'm also looking at like the volume. So like when we look at the volume for the past, let's say from the 14th, so the past 11 days or so, it went from 5 million to 10 million to 14 million, dipped down to 7 million, dipped to 4 million, and then jumped back up to 14, then to 17. So, these two strong candlesticks right here give me some type of impression that it could break this. Well, the support is at 660, 662. So if we see here and here and over here, this is that whole 660 area, right? It actually closed just slightly above it. But also, after hours, the prices were lower than the actual closing price. So if I was holding this over the weekend, I would be looking at what these prices say, because typically what I have seen, I'm not saying this is 100% correct, but when the market before the market opens and the prices are still below the closing price, typically the price will go down lower. And if it will go down lower, I would think that it would start trading just at this 100 EMA, which is 642. So support 660. It can start testing the 100 EMA at 642. Now, if you have seen any of my previous videos, you would know that this red line is a 200 EMA, the yellow line is a 100 EMA, and the green line is a 50 EMA. And typically, I like it when the green line is on top. I like the reverse of what these EMAs are. Because typically and I'm saying typically a lot, but when the EMAs are flipped, like different from here, you would see a spike price, a spike of price, a price that spikes. Sorry, it's a little late, so I'm sleepy now. But you would see that spike in the price that would be limited to where this 200 EMA. Maybe it would go like another dollar above that EMA, but typically it would come right back down to this EMA. When there's a reverse, the price goes a little bit higher, so it makes it a lot easier for the run up to occur, right? Where you allow your winners to run. But another key ingredient that I like about this stock, and now mind you, this is all on the year chart, so each candlestick represents one day. And the another two key ingredients that I like about this stock, other than the one I don't like, which is the bid and the ask being below the closing price, is that the MACD and the RSI. The MACD is not is bullish now. It's starting to get bullish. The the average lines right here are starting to cross over this x-axis. Usually when it does that, that means it can go a little bit higher. Kind of did that back here, but obviously found resistance at this 100 EMA, right? Even though it broke this 100 EMA on a green candlestick, it's still not overbought, right? So this RSI suggests if it's overbought or not. If it goes down to the lower part of the RSI, then that's when it's oversold. But as you can tell here, it bounced. And then once it bounced, it went a little bit higher, and it's still going higher, right? And so now it's testing, this overbought scenario. So if I was in this, me being a day trader, not like a long-term trader, I would, hope that pre-market it can kind of spike to the 100 to the 200 EMA before coming back down. That's like one game plan that I would have. The other game plan is like what I said, support. It tests support at 660. Maybe it fails support and it tries the 642 before bouncing back up. Um, I'm still not a fan of buying it at 660. I would try to get like in the 650s, maybe the high 640s, because I don't really see it going down lower, particularly because there's so much news circulating about weed stocks and how weed stocks can, I guess, help with the coronavirus. So I'm not 100% certain with that. But one more key thing to take in line with this, if we go to the hour chart, we do see some declining in momentum. From the close, that last hour of the close going into the after hours. Mind you, it's still over the VWAP, which, I only use the VWAP really for identification purpose on the minute chart, but it's showing something on the hour chart, so it should probably take that in line. And then also we have the EMAs, the 50, 100, and 200, all in line with the way that I like it. So with the 50 that high, I could see this definitely bouncing. Once it bounced, then going higher, right? And there is no news on this thus far that would suggest that, hey, I should buy this ASAP because this is what the news says. But I don't see that, right? They do have a special meeting. What date was this? This is June 25th. They're having this special meeting, for the shareholders. It could be a plethora of things. Yeah. No, I don't really see anything else other than that. Yeah, Chronos it had revenue rises on robust candidate market. But if you ever want to check out the actual, yes, I was looking at Sean King. I'm so disgusted by what happened. If you want to find out, you can find out for yourself. But if you ever want to check to see what the financials are, you can always go to Yahoo. And in Yahoo, it will tell you what the financials are. It doesn't say it in FinViz, and I'm not a big fan of Yahoo, but I do like how they changed it up a little bit. Their website, oops, wrong one. CRON. I'm not trying to talk too long about these. What's going on? CRON. There you go. So there. What? Wait. What are we doing? CRON. I know y'all saw that. I know you saw it. Wasn't just me. CRON. Where we at? Where we at? There you go. Sheesh. I don't get it. But either way, if you ever want to look at the actual finances of a stock, a company, what have you, see, this is why I don't like Yahoo. I said I don't like Yahoo and it started acting up again. But anyway, if you ever want to look, you can tap financials. And when you get the financials, it will give you the income statement, where you'll get the breakdown of like the revenue and the profits, that. So at least you'll be able to see what they do on an annual, quarterly basis. And see, this is quarterly, this is annual, so this is what it looks like annual. So this is just one stock that I feel has some type of potential, right? It has some type of potential. Just don't know how much potential it actually really has until the market opens. And like I said, I don't like the float size, so the float size really turns me off. CGC. CGC is another one. It's about to test this 200 EMA. It closed just below 1950 with support right around the 1880 area. So we go to 1880, and it's like some support right there. It support right here. Um, some support right here. And a little bit more support, kind of, sort of over here. It was kind of trading in between it. And then there's definitely support over here. So we can see that a clear, definite support has been created. It's trading past this, what's this, 1830, 1840-ish area. So it's definitely engulfing this um, previous high, right? So anything once after it makes a new high, it's going to want to make a new higher low. So with that being said, and it's possible anything can happen this week. The Chronos or no Canopy is coming out with earnings. So with earnings, or at least the lead up to earnings, this should be a book about like the earnings leading into earnings or the run up before earnings. The run up before earnings sounds great, right? So the run up before earnings, maybe this breaks the 200 EMA at that $21 area. I don't really see it. I can, maybe it might go a little bit higher just because Canopy is a little bit more well known. But like I said, resistance 2162. If I was in this stock right now, I would wait to see what it does pre-market. And if pre-market is spikes, more than likely you try to sell at the high, sell into the momentum before it comes back down to this EMA, this 200 EMA. Now, depending on what happens on Thursday going into Friday, some news is released, and the news is really, 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 really good, and then it tests up here to 25. Then we have some more news. But as for now, I see resistance 2140-ish. Right? Yeah, you see resistance 2170-ish, right? And I see resistance in the 18s. So that's 1880. So that's CGC. And remember, they are coming out with earnings. So this will be something to definitely keep a lookout on. And I said I have two more. APHA, same thing. High. Oh man, the float size is just way too big. But it has been trading pretty low in the past 3 months. You see that the average volume was around 90,000. 10-day volume was lower than the 3 month. Usually, the 10-day average volume is more than the 3 months when a stock is potentially finding a way to go higher. But on Friday, it went 13 million. Um, so it's just trading right, just slightly above the EMA, and it has support at 377 with resistance at 423. But with all that being said, it's still not overbought. And the momentum is definitely picking up. So with this, we look at the volume. We get here, we have 11 million here, we have 8 million, and we have 8 million, then we have 6 million, and then 13 million and 13 million. So, with that volume, that size of volume, and I still don't know how 90,000 was the average volume when it's trading in the millions down every day. But, I can't say that all these softwares are right. Let's look at that because that doesn't make any sense. APHA. So that doesn't make any sense. It said that there was an average volume of in the thousands, not in the 100,000 or in the millions. nice to see that, or at least to get to embrace it, but it's fine. I think I went to the wrong chart. Oh, yeah, the statistics, yeah. Yep, there we go. So we see that the float, we see that the float is 266 million. All right, the big float. The the float, of course, the percentage float is not showing, but the percentage float before that, before the 30th, was 1694. I don't know why they have two different. Oh, this is the shares outstanding. So this is the shares outstanding, and this is or short percentage of shares outstanding. So their availability. We just don't know how much they actually have that is being held and actively being shorted. So, you know, even though I might like the basic setup, because you have a hammerhead candlestick like this, I would be still cautious on this one. Um, there's just like too many moving little parts. I think that this is the same company that bought another weed company or another company, Revlon, not Revlon. It's like Revel or something like that. Bought them because they could do that now, but it's only trading $4 a share. And if we were to actually look into the filings and see what their um, see what their actual like budget is, or how much that they've been operating, operating with a loss, we will get a more understanding of this. So the Canadian government loves it. Most countries love it, but it's just here in America. There's more federal laws that's going to prevent a lot of these weed stocks. So it still always gives me caution, but it's still opportunity with all this caution. And I want to go into one more. And typically, it's a OTC stock. Once again, this is not something that I would say buy for tomorrow, but I do like the setup. And this is the type of setup that I'm talking about, right? Where you have some little minor consolidation right here. And this candlestick on the 22nd of May closes over that candlestick on May 20th. So when you have this type of consolidation where it's green, green, red, green, green, there's the opportunity that it will break up and go all the way up. But I would still love to have the 50 EMA cross over the 200 EMA. I feel like that's the most important part. Like that will definitely signify if the stock will go higher. Like I said, I would not rush to buy this, but it was just that the news itself was the main reason why this even came into play, because it was being compared to Canopy and saying how much money they actually have on reserves. And it's funny because it's an OTC stock. So, all that talk about me and you going to Yahoo to find it, it's not going to, that's not where OTC stocks really play out. Right, so like I'll show you. You see the GTBIF. Oh shit, it's there. Wow, sheet. Surprise. Okay, I'm wrong. Don't mind being wrong. So, it's an OTC, obviously, right? That's what I was stressing before. Now, let's see if there's any like statistics or any type of reporting that has actually happened for this stock. Um, we know that they are getting. Well, no, actually, let's look at their, because this is not going to show their finances. So before we get into the statistics, let's look at their finances, right? Because it's been reported that they have higher um, higher revenue than Canopy, and which I find very interesting. That these are the two companies that people would be getting all their wheat from, damn near. So with that being said, I would look at their. It keeps on like refreshing on me, or at least I'm pushing a button, something. I don't know. But you see that the total revenue, right? I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. But in December, we see that their total revenue has increased from the December before, and before that, and more than likely before that. So it's showing. You can look at this chart, and it will show you like everything that you would need to know when it comes to finance, so of a company. So, you know, use this where you see fit, right? But anyway, let's go back to the statistics. And the statistics say that I would be surprised if it says anything because sometimes they don't really say much when it comes to OTC stuff. So I'd be grateful for anything that they give. So the float size is 120. The average month volume is 400,000, and the average 10-day volume is 583. The volume is slowly increasing. This is something that I would probably throw my money in because it has potential, right? But to would I buy this right now? Maybe because it's I would love to be in it on Monday. I'm not Monday, Friday. But it's not what happens because I was in it. But the setup is so nice, so clean. So this would be something that I'll watch when it comes to Friday. Friday. I must be real tired when it comes to Tuesday open. So with that being said, I'm gonna get some rest. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. We'll keep these on watch. CRON. Oh yeah, I mentioned that. So let's go back. Let's go back. Um, it's overbought. GTBIF is overbought right now. So because it's overbought, this is not something that I would want to rush in on. I think I said that already, but I like the setup, right? So I would have to wait for the pullback. I would definitely want this, moving average across over the 50 moving average across over the 200 moving average, just because it gives it more opportunity for the stock price to go higher. The momentum is slowly coming down. I hope that there's some slight pullback, maybe even to the eights. Um, nah, probably to the nines. If we come back down to the low nines, that would be nice just to grab up a couple of shares just so that this can come down. But just so the RSI can come down. But right now, this is not the time to buy. I would prefer it not to be overbought buying. But that's sometimes you can't help that, and you just want to, get your change. You want to get your money. You want to get in, get out, right? So, like I said, we have a couple. We have CRON that went from 25 to 670. We have CGC that has, it went down from 52 down to 19, and 19 starting to seem like it's trying to gain some traction. Then we have APHA, which was, kind of the same as CGC. We have to be patient when the market opens, and then GTBIF, um, you know, overseas. The F in overseas, company that's OTC. So the price could get manipulated in any which way or form. We know that the volume has been increasing. We don't know, what's really happening. It's been increasing since it releases earnings too. So I guess that's also a great positive. So that is it. Now I'm wrapping up. But if there are any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe my video. Um, yeah, man, I'm looking for a nice end to this trading week. So hopefully this brings some type of research or some type of depth to your trading strategy. Thank you, and until the next time.